Good morning, third graders. Welcome to Second Step with Mrs. Poppy
and Miss Pelzel.
We are excited to talk more about this big word of empathy. Here we go. Miss Pelzel is going to share with us our activity this morning.
So, Mrs. Poppy and I are sitting on opposite sides of each other. I'm going to tell Mrs. Poppy a few things that I see behind her. So, Mrs. Poppy, I see a flag. I see some clothespins. I see a sink.
Okay.
What do you see behind me?
Well, Miss Pelzel, I don't see any of those things behind you. I see a calendar. I see an alligator. I see your class rules. Do you see any of those things?
I don't. Maybe we should switch seats and see what we see then. Oh, I see all those things you were talking about.
Miss Pelzel, and I see all the things you were talking about.
So by switching where we're sitting, I was able to see what you saw before, even though I couldn't see it when I was sitting there.
Different perspectives. Perspectives, that's a big word.
That is a big word.
Sometimes when we talk about different perspectives, we talk about being in someone else's shoes. So when we talk about feelings, we might say, how would you feel if you were in that situation? So now we are going to go back to our story from last week. So how were the students feeling at the end of last session's video? Think about those emotions. They all have different perspectives and feelings about the same situation.
Last lesson, you listed things Kyle could do after the milk exploded. I want you to whisper to your partner what those predictions were. Now you'll predict what might happen next. For example, is Kyle going to keep laughing? If he does, then Jenny might cry. Or maybe he won't keep laughing. Let's find out what Kyle chooses to do as you watch and think about how his choice changes everyone's feelings about the situation.
Are you all right? Look, Kyle's running away. Can't believe he would do that. Do you want me to get a teacher? No.
Jenny, I'm really sorry. It was an accident. Here's some paper towels. I didn't mean to do it. I was just goofing around.
And why did you laugh?
I'm sorry. It just surprised me. I didn't mean to laugh at you.
It surprised me too. I've never seen chocolate milk explode like that.
So what we are going to have you do is show a thumbs up if Kyle chose what you predicted. Let's look at those thumbs. Kyle chose to apologize and clean up. How was Kyle feeling when he ran off to get the paper towels? What do you think?
How can you tell? When Kyle first bumped into Jenny, he felt amused. That means he laughed. After he noticed Jenny's face and understood her perspective, then he felt concerned.
How does Jenny feel now? I'm thinking she feels a little relieved, meaning she feels okay about the situation. How can you tell? She seems to be smiling and she laughed in the video. Before, Jenny was upset. After Kyle apologized and helped her, she felt relieved.
Think about why Jenny's feelings changed. Turn and tell your partner some of your ideas of why you think they changed.
Why do you think Jenny's feelings changed, Miss Pelzel?
Well, I noticed that he ran off right away and she seemed a little bit upset, but then he came back with towels to help clean up, and then he even apologized, not just one time, but a couple times to her.
Exactly. I also noticed that his first reaction was to giggle because he didn't realize what happened, and it kind of surprised him, he said. And then after he explained those feelings, apologized, Jenny also started to laugh.
Yeah.
Interesting how different perspectives can change the way we feel.
Meg's feelings also changed. After Kyle bumped into Jenny, Meg said, "Look, Kyle's running away. I can't believe he would do that." Pretend you're Meg. Do you think Kyle spilled the milk on purpose? She probably thought that right away, because he ran away afterwards. At first, Meg jumped to a conclusion. From her perspective, it looked like Kyle spilled the milk on purpose. After she found out more information, she realized that Kyle had done it by accident, and then her feelings changed.
People can have different perspectives and feelings about the same situation, and their feelings can change. Noticing others' feelings and thinking about their perspectives will help you have empathy.
We want you to think of a time in your life where you and maybe one of your friends had a different perspective. Think about how you felt and how your friend felt. Turn and talk to your partner about that time. Miss Poppy, can you think of any times where you and a friend might have had a different perspective on something?
Yeah. You know what? I can think about it with teaching. Last year was my first year of teaching, so I felt really nervous. But from your perspective, you had been teaching for 4 years. So Miss Pelzel's perspective was, "You got this, Miss Poppy."
Different perspective.
Yeah. What are some times that you've had different perspectives with people? Today you practice noticing and understanding others' perspectives and feelings. You learn that people's feelings can change. These skills will help you have empathy for others.
All right, thank you for watching our channel.
Enjoy Second Step today and make great choices, third graders.
Have a great day.
Adios.